One of the first lessons that I found working as a teacher was that there is nothing more important than being prepared and organized. Best practice is to have it all ready to go in the morning before your class walks in. If you don't set yourself up for success, it's going to unravel very, very quickly. And then it doesn't help when you're hunting through 100 tabs trying to find that exact one that you need at that right time when you've got a class that's slowly becoming more and more unsettled. So when I was first shown this incredible web tool and I realized just how powerful it is, it became my go-to every single day for the past 5 years. It's helped me to become better prepared and organized, and something that I didn't realize till much later, which is also a very essential tool for teaching, but to be consistent. The tool is called Classroom Screen, and I now use it to plan pretty much every single hour of the day and stay organized. And I'm going to show you how you can use that too. But first, I'm going to give you a quick rundown of all of its features and some tricks and tips along the way. And then I'll get into showing you how I use it to make sure that every single day runs as smooth as possible. So the first thing that you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go to the website classroomscreen.com. So you can try it for free if you like, but it is quite straightforward to start a free account. And the free account itself gives you access to pretty much everything that you need. So once you've logged in, you're going to see this page here where you can create your new workspaces. So this is your home page. You can create screens. You can create as many as you like. Now with the free account, they do not save, but what they do is you can create lists. So you can create class lists that do save and are locked into your account. So I've got a couple of classes here and a random list that I'm going to be using today to show you a couple of things. You can also go in and you can upload, so you can put a class photo up if you like, and that can be the background of your classroom screen. When you get into it, you create a new screen and you're going to get taken to a picture with a randomly generated background. All right, I'm going to run you through all of the different features. So the first one is you can change the background, and they've got all the preset stuff here that you can choose and change depending on how you're feeling. We can go with a llama for today. The next one is you can use the poll, and you can use this to do formative assessment stuff. You can do some summative assessment stuff. You can check in with your class. You can do some true or false questions. You simply need to put it up. You can also QR code it, and they can use the device to scan it and answer it using their own devices. The next one is the randomizer. This is where you use your name lists from earlier. So you can go to your name list and you can use this to randomly select kids. You can turn off the sounds and the animations so it is nice and fast, and click and generate a name for whatever purposes you need. Next one is a QR code scanner. Copy and paste your link or the text in here. They use the device, they scan it, and it pops up straight on their screens and takes them to whatever website you need them to do. The next one is a sound level monitor. So at the moment it is incredibly sensitive, so you can turn it up and down for what level of noise you want in the classroom. So the max level noise is going to make it go higher. If you go into it, you can change the settings for the sensitivity, so you can turn this all the way up or down and it will react accordingly. You can change the sound that it makes. You can turn it off completely if you like, so it doesn't make the loud noises, but it does keep a count. Maybe you want to use this in your behavior management, so you want to say to your class that if this beeps X amount of times, then this will happen or this won't happen. So it's a pretty powerful tool to measuring the noise level in your class and visually show them as well. The next one is an image. You can simply upload an image from your computer, from your device, straight into it, and it will have it on the screen. The next is a text feature, and this is simply somewhere you can type. You can hyperlink stuff as well. You can change the text color, you can highlight all the general basic things that you need for a text display. The next is a drawing app, and you can use this with your interactive whiteboards if you have a marker and create different shapes, lines. The next one is the work symbols. I like these ones quite a bit. So you have your more behavior management stuff. So you have a silence one, a whisper, a ask the neighbor, and a work together feature. So you can have these up on your board to visually remind your kids exactly what is expected. Traffic lights, more behavior management stuff, timers, and you can change and alternate these however you see fit. Next one is a clock, and you can change 24-hour time, 12-hour time. If you hit the button down the bottom here, it'll take you to more widgets. You can have a calendar up on the screen as well. Next is the dice feature. So you can have this one up for 1 dice. And if you go to the settings, there are 2 dice, 3 dice. You can have addition ones, subtraction ones, operation dice, 12-sided dice, 20-sided dice, or a colored dice as well. Next is your embed tool. So you can find a website for whatever purposes you need. Maybe it's a literacy activity or a number activity, and you can embed the website into this box here so it can be placed into that spot. So you might want to go to a website and have it pasted in the middle there, and it will load and have it already up on the screen, save you once again bouncing around to all these different tabs, and you can have it already displayed on the screen ready to go for you, and it does work, so you can click on it and it will take you to whatever it is that you need. Next one is a group maker. I love this one. Open your settings, you can go to your random list that or your class list that you've had before, determine how many groups you need. If I want 7 groups, create groups, and it will have 7 groups and split all the kids into the groups as required. Super fast, super efficient. Stopwatch, which is pretty straightforward. You can have your webcam on so you can have it recording your whole class and they can see themselves on the screen. You can embed a video straight from YouTube that will be on the screen. So again, saves you jumping around to different tabs. An event countdown for whatever it is that you've got coming up. Also a handy reminder, so you could have your camp coming up in 20 days and have that displayed on the screen. A hyperlink, so you can embed a link and it's ready to go as soon as you need it. So you can click it and it will shoot you off straight to that website. And finally, the last one is a visual timer that just shows you a visual representation of how much time you have left. So that is all the features that you can use for Classroom Screen. Now, what I love about it is that all of the things that you need for a whole day placed on one space, and then you can go from here to different websites as you need to. Now, the last thing that I want to show you is down the bottom here. You can create multiple classroom screens. Okay, so you can go to another page to have a different section of the day. So I'm going to get into what I use it for. I'm going to show you what my start of the day looks like. So when my kids enter the room, this is what they are going to see. So I have my timer up the top and a stopwatch down the bottom, and then accumulating time. So this is part of my behavior management system. So I will say to them that you have 2 minutes to be ready with your books open, your pencils down, and your arms folded, ready for the session. I'll start the timer and they will go. If this reaches 0 and they are not ready, I will simply start the timer and it will start to accumulate. So if they finish and they have enough time on the clock, they accumulate time down the bottom, and then they can use this as their free time. If they're too slow and they're taking too long, I will subtract the time away from their accumulated time. The next thing that I have is the daily routine. So a quick outline of everything that they're going to need to know for the day. I will have this up on the board. How are you feeling today? It is my quick check-in to tell me exactly how my class is at that time. And they will come in, hit their various buttons to tell me how they are feeling straight away as soon as they walk in the door. I always have a random name selector up ready to go for whatever purposes I need. We have our clock on the board, and then finally we have our countdown that's always on and showing us what big events coming up next. Then what I like about it most is I have my next screen. So all of these get set up at the beginning of the day. So I'm going to go to my next screen. So one of my first activities that happens in the day is our silent reading time. So they have a visual representation of what the expectation is. Timer is on the board, then instruction tells them exactly what they need to do, and there is a noise level monitor to make sure that they are at the appropriate level. Another thing that I like to use it for is during some math groups. It will have a text box in there that tells the class exactly what I want them to do during that time. The noise level monitor to make sure that they are all at the appropriate level. And this is a negotiated thing that we use before we even start the learning. The visual representation of what they need to do. And this can change depending on what I want them to do at that point in time, whether it's asking a neighbor or working together as a group. And I want 4 groups for this activity. So I'm gonna have it generated and they know exactly who they need to be working with at that point in time. So that's a very brief example of how I use it every single day. It's based on whatever I need to get done that day. So sometimes it will look like this, sometimes it will look a little bit different. So the classroom screen has just about every single tool that you could possibly need to stay organized and prepared in the day. And the best part is the consistency that it provides for your class. They know what to expect, helps massively with your behavior management. I use it every single day, even for little things like brain breaks. But there is so much more out there that you can use to make your life so much easier. So if you're looking for more, watch this video right here for some simple ways that I use ChatGPT to save myself hours. Otherwise, take care and enjoy.